if he just so happens to have that run where he just explodes and is the best player in the world for the course of the playoffs, to me, if he wins that championship in Portland, it will mean more than every single championship Kevin Durant has won as a Golden State Warrior.
They don't play three the hard way, yeah.
Welcome, Three the Hard Way. We are back, Tariq Rashad. You already know who that is in the corner.
Know what they call me.
You already know who that is. And John's just here so he doesn't get fined. Three the Hard Way fines of $20. And I guess he don't want to pay that. So we're gonna get into some quotes. Quotes. They said it. We're gonna talk about it. Starting with John's boy, our boy. I'm not gonna act like I don't like the boy because I do, but I like arguing with John more. Damian Lillard. And he said, and I quote, "If everyone says I can't do it in Portland or we can't win, what does that mean when we actually do? My whole career, people have been saying I should go. If we go and win, then what? I want that day to come." What that mean, John?
And that's why I like Dame, bro. I'm from the old school, man. We grew up getting it from the mud. We ain't creating no super team. We ain't joining no forces, bro. We here to get it the hard way. The hard way. Man, and like, I just feel like I love that from Dame. I love this competitive spirit. We talk about CP3 being an ultimate competitor. I also think that Dame Lillard falls into that category as well. I think that he wants to create a legacy for himself. And I think that he is a throwback player with that. With that being said, as much as I would love for Dame to win a championship with that mindset, he has to play spectacular basketball. Like, he's going to have to average 50 a game. McCollum's going to have to drop like 30. Melo going to have to go in a time machine. Because the way that the NBA is constructed, and we've seen what's going on with Brooklyn now, right? It's just players are just more inclined to join other superstars to make their lives easier. James Harden said it the best. It's hard to go out there and drop 50 every night and expect to win and deal with those pressures. Not everybody's built for that, but Dame is. So if he can find another superstar, I hopefully that somebody will join him, but I respect him for the statement.
It's a beautiful statement. I love the competitiveness. With that being said, Dame Lillard has to make it to the Western Conference Finals. He's done that. He has not done that.
He has done it.
He's done that one time. You mentioned earlier, John, that the West is not what it used to be. And although I don't agree with you 100%, I will say that it's not as top heavy. I still think it's as deep as it's ever been. And it's always that's the thing about the West. It's not always before Kevin Durant went over to Golden State, the West was always strong without super teams. They were just deep. There were just that many good teams, good, well-league constructed teams. And then you had some wild cards that would make it interesting, like Minnesota. Dame hasn't been the best in those times. And even in a year like this year, where yes, it's LeBron and AD, but it's only two. LeBron has played with stronger, deeper teams previously in the East. I just don't know if this is Dame's year to do that. Maybe this is the opportunity. If there ever is an opportunity, Golden State isn't as strong as they should be. The Lakers may be hurt. The Clippers aren't performing at a rate that we would expect them to. Utah is good, but maybe Dame can beat them. But if it's not this year, I think the West is going to just get stronger as those younger players grow into their primes and Dame grows into his twilight. So I don't see it happening. John, you're a Melo fan, so you know he's also one of those guys who's probably going to go down in history as one of the greatest ballers without a championship ring. I may have to I'm maybe faced with that same fate with Russell Westbrook. My previous favorite players in Dwayne Wade and Jason Williams, they got chips. So Russell Westbrook may be in a similar situation, but there's always going to be these guys and generations that are great, but there's a generational stopper. It was Michael Jordan. It was Shaq and Kobe. Excuse me. It was LeBron James. And Dame is in that LeBron James range, and he may be in. If Brooklyn is as well as advertised, he may be in that Kevin Durant situation where Kevin Durant is also a championship stopper and career goals. So I don't see it happening in Portland. I do expect Dame to stay in Portland for the remainder of his career. I don't see a Dallas Mavericks situation though.
Listen, man, I respect the hell out of Damian Lillard. I'm not going to say he can't win a championship. I think I'm more on the lines of what John is saying. They're going to need some more pieces over there, and they're going to need some luck. But if he just so happens to have that run where he just explodes and is the best player in the world for the course of the playoffs, to me, if he wins that championship in Portland, it will mean more than every single championship Kevin Durant has won as a Golden State Warrior. I ain't gonna say
shady. That's shady, Rob. But I agree.
I'm saying, like those championships to do what he's doing and not jump ship and to stay the course and win in Portland. To me, that championship will mean more than the Kevin Durant Jordan Golden State.
Okay, quick question. Does Dirk Nowitzki's championship mean more than LeBron's to you? I would say that's similar. Dirk only got one.
Which LeBron championship is what you asking me?
So
it doesn't mean more than the last one, no.
It means more than the other three.
No. It means more than the two he had in Miami, not the one in Cleveland.
Copy.
Why? Because he played against Golden State?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, John. What you feel?
Nah, I'm not feeling nothing. You know my piece on that. I'll have to say it. Everybody know how I feel about it. But I'm not gonna discredit Kevin Durant's championship. He won it. He earned it.
You got it.
I think that a championship is a championship.
Copy. All right, let's move on to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is everything that we were promised Lonzo would be.
Who said that?
Who said that? I need to know who said that. Do we have a source on this?
I believe it was Stephen A. Don't
stat check Stephen A. Wow, those are biting words. How do you guys feel? You agree with Stephen A?
I agree with Stephen A. I agree that in the fact that when Lonzo Ball came out from UCLA, we were like, he's gonna be the guy. Yeah, he had all the hype around him, just like LaMelo. Like he was doing the dunks, like he was the first to Chino Hills, like he was the first in college, his three pointers were hitting, and it didn't seem like his game had to be changed. And then when he came to the NBA, it didn't click. And I think a part of that was that Kobe had just left. He was playing in that L.A. market. You know, and it's hard to fill the shoes of a Kobe Bryant, and being a number 2 pick. So with that being said, I think that where he is now is he's in a great place. I think that he's playing amazing basketball right now. I think that he's shooting the ball over 38% from the field behind the arc. He's learned how to play with adversity. He's learned how to play multiple positions. They've asked him to play the 2. They've seen him play the 1. He's doing everything that he's been asked of by his coach, Stan Van Gundy, which is a great coach. And when he was challenged and they was put him on a trading block, he responded. So with that being said, you know, I give a lot of props to Lonzo. But LaMelo Ball is a different person. He's a star. Kid is he's must-see TV. If you watch him play, and it took me a while to get to where I'm at now, where like I understand where he's coming from, but he legit makes the Charlotte Hornets go. He's the reason why these guys are playing with fun. It's almost like seeing Golden State West, like the way that they play with that energy. They're not tight. They're not tight. Bringing the ball up the court. You see alley-oops going left and right. Gordon Hayward's playing some of the best basketball of his career. I think a lot of that is due to LaMelo Ball, bro. And that's not me being biased. It's just like me watching the game. He is a star in the making, and I think that at this point in his career, this is where we wanted to see Lonzo at when he first came in the league. And so yeah, I agree with the statement.
Yeah, man. Stephen A. Shout out to the guy. But yeah, LaMelo Ball is exactly what we were promised that Lonzo Ball would be. And I'm along with you, John. I was not on the LaMelo Ball bandwagon. I kind of was a little apprehensive of him and as a player. But after watching a few, not gonna say a lot, but watching a few Charlotte games, I genuinely like watching them play. Like I enjoy the Hornets. Like they're a fun team, and it's very rare that a point guard comes in at such a young age and puts everyone in their natural positions. A lot of times you hear that about a center coming in and like now everyone can play their regular position, but like LaMelo is putting everyone in their natural position. He's letting Terry Rozier be a scorer. He's setting up Gordon Hayward for extra positions. He's making what's his name, Miles Bridges look like an actual NBA player. Malik Monk's playing amazing. Like LaMelo Ball really is an exceptional talent, and I'm excited to see where his career is going to
go. I think in terms of the hype, it's spot on. Being a number 2 pick like Lonzo was, and going to the Showtime Lakers and being the flashy passer and the defensive point guard that can create a steal and go up the court and dunk on someone and also make a no-look pass and hit the 3. That's what we expected out of Lonzo going to that Showtime Laker team. I believe D'Angelo was there already.
Nah, they traded D.O.L.L.A.
They had just traded D.O.L.L.A. So they still had Kuzma. They had a lot of young pieces. Clarkson was still there. And they weren't really ready as an organization. I think this really speaks to this LaMelo Ball's growth or performance in the league speaks, one, to his talent being better than one I thought it was, but 2, we talk about the Knicks a lot and how they finally got it right this year, or how it looks like they got it right. I think it's important that we shout out Charlotte, because Charlotte looks as if they've finally gotten it right. As the expansion Bobcats, I mean, they've been terrible. Outside of Kimbo, what have they done when it comes to drafting or trading or signing? Nothing. But this year, if you look at the last 2 years, Terry Rozier, the emergence of Devontae Graham, Miles Bridges, Biyombo has played decent minutes for them. And he was once highly paid, overly paid, but he's become a decent role player for them. And then LaMelo, Gordon Hayward signing. This is a good team. LaMelo playing at this level. This is a team that, if my team's been trash, I can't speak for Hornets fans because I've lived in North Carolina, but I've never been around the Charlotte Hornet fans. I didn't know where they exist at. But being around New York Knicks fans and seeing the excitement behind this team, I feel like Charlotte should have that same excitement, if not more, with someone like LaMelo in comparison to, although Quickly is good, Emmanuel Quickly. The boy can ball. The boy can ball, and he makes basketball look fun, and it's the hype. I think that there's a lot more to his game that will need to grow. I think that there will be a time where he will struggle, and the adversity is what will make him the basketball player that I personally need to see before I get on the LaMelo bandwagon. But for what it's worth, he's been the hype that his brother was not. And so I guess in that sense, I agree. Last quote, if we have time. Rob, do we have time for the last quote? What are you looking like?
Got like 2-3 minutes.
2 minutes?
Something like that.
2 minutes. This is just into our boardroom. Straight from the mouth of coach, legend, the best, one of the greatest, Gregg Poppovich. And he said that, where is my quote? He said that on Lamarcus Aldridge, we have mutually agreed for him to work on some opportunities elsewhere. Meaning that Aldridge will not be back with the Spurs, similar to what happened with Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, things of that nature. How do you guys feel about this move? We don't got much time to talk about it, but you see Aldridge going somewhere that potentially makes a team a championship contending team or playoff contending team. Knicks. I don't know. I know you guys don't want to sign anybody anymore. Anybody over 30 or over 30, you guys don't want anymore.
We I would like to see him back in Portland with Dame.
So he helps Portland, but he doesn't help the Knicks.
Oh, listen, I'm not talking about the Knicks. We're talking about where I want to see him go. And I want to see him go to Portland. I want to see him go over there and give Dame some help and end his career where he started. And hopefully, and maybe that might be just enough of an edge for the Portland Trailblazers to be in competition with the West, especially with what's his name? Anthony Davis being out. Like there is room for them to move up. So if I'm Portland, I'm trying to get the boy back. But honestly, where I think that he will go, he's gonna go to the championship team, whether that be Brooklyn or somewhere else.
Brooklyn
Or somewhere else.
Brooklyn I heard Brooklyn is trying to get Andre Drummond too.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go get Lamarcus Aldridge because you get Andre Drummond, he's not gonna be the ideal center for them. When you're talking about positionless.
Hold on, let me say it. Money coming from?
I don't know. Brooklyn got some money out there.
Where money coming from?
I don't know. Jay-Z got that. You know, Jay-Z just sold titles, so I don't know. He might have increased his share in the net. Now I'm just playing, but nah, bro. Like he might go to Brooklyn. He might go to L.A. I don't know. Those will be my two best guesses.
Rob, L.A. You guys want Aldridge?
Man, we need all the help we can get right now. That's how I feel about my Lakers.
Shoot, I'm thinking about Washington. Washington can use it big. You get big, you make the playoffs.
I think the biggest question in this situation is, what does Aldridge want to do for the rest of his career? Does he want to play, or does he want to compete for championships? Because if he want to play, he'll go to a team like Portland. If he wants
Washington
championships, I
just got an idea. What if he goes to Boston?
That'd be a great fit. I still got Boston making a move and dark horse, and that's my dark horse to come out of the East.
Boston
against the chalk.
The way I see
it. Again. Damn right, Rob. Again.
Over the Sixers and the Nets.
Damn right.
All right.
I said dark horse, so it's not really over the Nets. The Nets is the chalk.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
What if he went to Milwaukee? Are we out of time, Rob?
Yeah, I think we out of time.
We out of time, y'all. We're going to talk about Lamarcus Aldridge going to Milwaukee. That's Free the Hallway. Tariq Rashad, Man Rob. He's only here so he don't get fined. We'll see y'all next time.